What is up, guys and gals? Welcome to episode number 192 of the Nonsense Review. That's right, put a .com right there and you could be real creepy and search for people and companies and shit in the UK.
Ah, yeah, 192, the good old precursor to 118.
192, do you not find it weird that this is aimed specifically at UK people and businesses, and yet it's a .com?
Yeah. I guess it's one of those things that's like a worldwide number. Like, we know what 411 is.
Do we?
It's basically the same thing, but in America. Like, if you got the 411 on something, then you know about it.
I thought that was just a slang term that got made up out of the ether.
No, apparently it's just the same thing. It's directory inquiries in America.
Huh. Well, that's a rather mundane explanation for a piece of slang that I've known of since I was 6.
Yeah. So when we get to episode 411, there you go. There's a preview.
What is that? That's going to be in like 6 years?
Yep.
God
if I live that long.
Oh, you'll live for 6 years as long as you don't do anything silly.
Yeah, or as long as nothing silly happens to me.
Well, yeah, I suppose. Could always be hit by a meteor. And on that cheerful introduction, I'm your host as always, Devon. Joining me equally as always is Rick.
Hello, everybody.
Today, okay, we've done this in a really stupid way because I wanted to do something short today, so that explains why we're doing this today. We're doing The Fairly Odd Parents, A New Wish.
Yes, we are. I didn't look at the date that it came out, so I have no factoids.
Yeah, don't worry, I also didn't bother looking up the music and the movie releases because this came out this year.
Yeah, it's very recent, and basically, if you don't remember what happened this year, then...
No one blames you,
sorry.
But lots happened.
Yeah, things happened. There are things that are more important than this.
So yeah, let's do a bit of background information, shall we? So this first released on 20th of May of this year, 2024, if you're watching this in the future, after a sneak peek of it dropped on the 17th of the same month. This is in the States, of course, and it ran for a total of 20 episodes. It's set to debut globally on Netflix next week, on the 14th of November, which is why I'm saying, boy, we picked a weird week to do this, because it's out officially worldwide next week.
Yeah.
I even double-checked, and it's even coming on the UK Netflix, so whoops.
Well, it was just a happy coincidence that could have been happier if it had been next week. Which
originally it was going to be, but I bitched about Tomb Raider.
Yeah, because we're recording something else today as well.
Yeah. But yeah, basic premise is that it follows on from the original series. I don't know how long in the future it's set. We've got a new protagonist named Hazel, which, fair enough. Timmy was getting fucking stale after 10 seasons.
Yes, he was.
We've got Darren Norris and Suzanne Blakesley reprising their roles as Cosmo and Wanda, but as far as I can tell, they're the only two people returning.
Sure.
CG animation was produced by Giant Animation, a studio based in Ireland. They've got about 18 projects that they show off on their website, which Fairly Odd Parents isn't among them. So either they weren't allowed to put it in their reel, or they don't think their contribution was enough to warrant putting it on their website.
Sure, fair enough.
So yeah, there's a couple of different art styles on display on their site. They actually look like they make some funky little animations, but they don't look like they do movies. They look like they specialise in like half an hour or less.
Yeah, I was going to say, with these the guys that did the Book of Kells, but if they don't do movies, then they're not going to be.
There didn't seem to be, no. They did one of the BBC Christmas animations about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
For those of you not in the UK, the BBC Christmas animations are questionable as far as story goes, but they always look good.
Yeah, sure.
And the last thing I've got here is a small little tidbit that showed up on the IMDb trivia that made me fucking cackle. This might be considered a spoiler if you don't know anything about Fairly Odd Parents, and if it is, whoopsie. Wanda and Cosmo's son has had a name change for this season.
Yes, I'm vaguely aware of this. He's also been aged up from literal baby.
Well, yeah, that's probably because it's set in the future.
Yeah. He's been aged up from literal baby to third member of Team Rocket alongside Wanda and Cosmo.
Okay, well, I didn't know that, but fair enough. He's now called Perry, short for Periwinkle. Do you want to guess what his name was changed from?
Oh, it's something like Pubert or Fart or something.
It's way way better than that, Rick, because it's only something that's funny to UK people.
Oh, is it something like nonce or something?
It's better. It's better. I'll just tell you. His name was Poof, short for Poofter.
Oh boy, like literally Poofter. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to assume they said Poofter and not Pufter, which is the slang term in the UK and is rather derogatory towards homosexuals. So, yeah, they changed it because they found that out.
Yes.
So yeah, that's a very quick, what's the joke we should use? 192 on the Fairly Odd Parents. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Very clever. But yes, those of you familiar with the show know that we like to talk about our weeks and the goings-on in the wide universe before we actually get into the meat of the review and the reaction itself. So, I'll hand the floor over to you. How's your week been, good buddy?
Well, I went to see the Book of Mormon with my folks, and it was funny. They have not seen it before. I have, so it was fun being able to, share it with them.
Where'd you see it?
I saw it in my local city. It is going on for another 3 weeks. Some other friends are going in a couple of weeks when we can act as babysitters. And
so you got to see it in a big, proper Dog's Bollock theatre then?
Yeah, like the actual. Well, they call it the Alhambra. I think there's multiples of them around the country, but you can probably figure out where it is from when it is and what's going on right now. So yeah, it's in Bradford.
Well, I'm really surprised it's in Bradford and not in like fucking Leicester.
Well, it goes around, but yeah, right now it's in Bradford. I know we're getting Hamilton next year as well, so we do get things.
I mean, you're saying that, but like fucking the little fucking bumblefuck nothing theatre near me is getting The Lion King.
Yeah, fair enough. We got The Lion King a fair few years ago.
I want to point out, not the West End cast.
Oh, yes. No. But yeah, things I've seen The Lion King there. I've seen Avenue Q there.
I saw the Avenue Q show in proper West End theatre, and I was amazed by how good it was.
Oh, yeah, it's so good, isn't it?
Like, because I think at that point, the Internet is for Porn song was a meme, and I was like, that's funny. There's no way the show's actually that good. No, it's actually that good. The only thing that ruined it, and I don't know if I told you this before, Rick, but, okay, so there was a man and a woman who had brought their child who was about 6 because they'd clearly seen puppets and they were like, oh, this will be good.
And, you told me this one.
the kid was very much a fucking... He didn't get the jokes, nor should he. But the one
he was just going, fuck yeah, puppets.
Well, I don't know what I wasn't paying attention. The only reason I knew there was a kid there is because during certain moments he'd talk out. One of the moments he talked out on that was like, oh, shut the fuck up, was, the scene where the two puppets are having sex.
Yeah,
the kid just goes, that's not funny. And I'm just thinking, shut the fuck up. It is hilarious. But that's
not funny. But the fact that the kid said it was even funnier.
But he said it so loud during a rather quiet part of the play. But I also suspect he was fishing for brownie points.
Yeah, entirely possible. Yeah.
But
if his parents have been like loudly tutting the entire time.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? Like, I don't blame the kid. Don't get me wrong. It's just it was mildly annoying.
Yeah.
Which I think is the best you can expect from a stranger's kid.
Yeah. So yeah, this was a good show. My folks want to see it again. I'm trying to get them not to just go and see exactly the same show again, because seeing it with different casts is part of the joy of seeing things like this multiple times.
To a certain degree, but one of the beauties of live theatre is when people fuck up.
Oh, yeah. Joseph Smith nearly ate shit twice. It was fantastic.
I mean, what is it? I think it's Christoph Waltz. Are you familiar with that actor?
I don't, but go ahead.
Inglourious Bastards, the evil German.
Okay.
He once said that, I can't even remember what play it was. Let's just say King Lear for the sake of argument. He said during that, there was one night when he came backstage and he went, yes, I aced it. We aced it. That was a perfect performance. And then his buddy just said, yeah, the audience fucking hated it.
Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. Yep. Other other things, I've managed to actually get to play the Veilguard.
Yeah, you've played I think you've played the same amount that I played last week, because you've been having some troubles.
Yeah, I had a lot of troubles, and that's also because of another game that I have attempted to play and failed. So I've got up to Finding Entraptor, and she's great.
I very nearly on the spot swerved to romancing her because I found her absolutely adorable. Tasha's romance is fine, but Tasha as a character is not what I expected, and you'll know what I mean when you get to them. Sure.
Yeah.
But honestly, I've got to say, I appreciate you haven't encountered the whole cast yet, but I'm 40 hours in, Rick. Spoiler alert, I'll cut it out of my week, but I've pretty much just played Veilguard this week. I've done fuck all else with my life.
Yeah.
I really like our core party members. I really like this game. The game is fun. It's not what I wanted from Dragon Age, don't get me wrong, not even close, but it doesn't mean it's not a good game.
Yeah, and also we saw that there was an update to it, and turns out the update was on November the 7th, which is N7 Day. So yeah, that adds the in addition to like 35 bug fixes, it adds the Spectre themed armor to the game.
Yeah, that's that weird fucking... It doesn't look... Whatever. Like, it's free stuff and you don't have to use it. I'm not going to use it, but it doesn't look... It's not that it doesn't look good. It looks great. It just doesn't look Dragon Agey.
Like, if you could change the colours on it, like the torso looks like it could fit with Tevinter kind of stuff. The helmet looks...
It looks too much like a modern day hoodie.
Sure. The helmet looks like it could fit with some other stuff pretty well, but not with that.
Before you got the game, or when you got the game, Rick, you lamented not being able to get the Blood Dragon armor because of not pre-ordering.
Yeah.
And it is 100% a cosmetic item, so you don't have to worry.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I got the special edition, and it comes with some cosmetics, and they all look a bit crap. So
That sucks to hear, man.
Yeah. Oh well. Like, the staff looks okay. And it makes everyone look the same if you put everyone in that costume. Because it's like, it looks a bit like a Ultramarines Praetorian kind of thing, in that it's like mostly gold but with some like blue on it.
I can see the appeal of wanting your group to look like they're wearing the same gear, but at its core, assembling your team it's a ragtag, well, not even ragtag, it's fucking, here's all these people from different cultures. You don't really want them to look the same.
No, you, like, their design is part of their character, so like ditching that feels like a disservice to a degree, especially when it just like completely gets rid of what their gear looks like and things like that. Like, okay, putting Shadowheart in different armor doesn't make her a different person, but like, she still looks like herself because you can see her head, and she still feels like the same kind of person because, you know, she's in the same kind of armor that she was in before. Or you can just toggle clothes and she just wears the clothes instead.
I will say I do appreciate this game just letting you just straight up, like, okay, people like wearing what looks pretty on their characters, let's just have that be a core thing.
Yeah, that's one of the things you can do. Of the three things that you can get, there's a mage, a rogue, and a warrior spec cosmetic, and like the rogue one looks the best of the three for a mage. But yes, the reason that I took so long to start playing this was because I was having no end of trouble with the Monster Hunter Wilds beta, which, what I played was fun, but fuck if I spent a long time not playing it.
Yeah, man, technical difficulties suck.
Yeah.
When you mentioned this to me, more on the Veilguard side of things than the Monster Hunter side of things, I was just like, boy, am I glad I got this on console.
Yes. Part of what I did to make it work again was reinstall Windows, so that's how fun of a time I had. While also doing that, it decided it didn't like my installation of Veilguard, so I had to download it again. So while I was waiting for that, I did start on Rogue Trader as well.
Oh, yes. How far did you get in? How are you enjoying it?
I now have a party of 4, and you gave me a nudge really early on of if you didn't pick Pyromancer, then maybe pick Pyromancer, as long as you're wanting to play as a Psyker. And I was like, okay, cool. So
yes.
I took a step back, bought the DLC, so now I'm both a Pyromancer and the DLC class.
Yeah, the DLC class, for all intents and purposes, is fucking broken.
Yeah, and because of that statement, I bumped up the difficulty by 1 as well. So, it's been good so far. I'm enjoying the fact that it is a D100 system that I can't shut the fuck up about. The only thing that's different about my current incarnation of exactly the same character is I don't have the medicine skill. That's the only difference, other than the fact that I'm now way better.
I gotta be absolutely honest with you, the medicine skill doesn't get used by me at all in that game, except for having someone with the ability to use medkits to get rid of injuries.
Yeah. I'm guessing when the party fills up a bit, you probably get an in-combat healer if you need one, and you probably don't.
That's what Biomancer's for.
Yeah, and I peaked, and you get one, so he's probably going to have a space on most daily teams.
I mean, you're already aware of this, surely, because you've played at least a couple of combats, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you get full health back after each fight.
Yeah.
So in-combat healing is kind of worthless.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the Seneschal keeps getting the shit beaten out of him, not because of the enemies, just because he happens to be in the wrong place at the wrong time when he gets hit by a friendly fire AoE.
That's about the only... listen, the further you get into the game, the sooner you're going to realise Abelard is your Seneschal, he is your Bulwark, he will never die.
Yeah. No one's died yet. He's a lot of fun. He's a great straight man to have, and it's interesting to see that he is the poster child for Iconoclast, which seems to be the route that I'm going down, because it seems to be the most reasonable thing to pick as a protagonist of a game and a human player that tends towards doing things correctly.
I mean, I even told you this. It's the problem with this. The problem with Warhammer 40k is the Empire's way of dealing with stuff is absolutely correct. However, you're playing a role-playing game, so you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Oh yeah. Apparently playing quote-unquote good will bite you in the ass because it's Warhammer 40k, but it feels like the correct thing to do, so yeah, that's what gets done.
Well, yeah, because bear in mind there's a lot of choices you've got which are, do you wish to kill these Xenos? And it's like, no, I don't, because that seems kind of evil and fucked up. And it's like, okay, later on these Xenos will show up again and destroy a planet.
Oh yes. And it will be on your head. Tellingly enough, anything that's not dogmatic pro-emperor bootlicking is classed as being heretical, whether it's being literally heresy or just being an iconoclast, being a good guy.
That's only when you're talking to Argenta.
Okay.
Because Argenta is actually a fanatic and doesn't realise it.
Yeah, fair enough. I like her so far, but
cool. I'm gonna give you some advice later on that involves her.
But yes, that's it for my personal week. Out in the world, the thing that I have seen that is it just blindsided me. Number one, Metal Slug has got a tactics game which looks fantastic, but it's like 20 quid. So I'm gonna wait until it's on more of a discount than the introductory 10%. It looks like Final Fantasy Tactics Advance.
I thought Metal Slug was a tactics game.
Nah, Metal Slug is a side-scrolling run-and-gun shooter.
Jeez, okay, I was super wrong about that franchise.
Yeah, so the tactics game looks incredibly charming, and I'm probably going to pick it up at some point. It's currently on my wish list.
Yeah, fair enough.
The other thing that came out is, did you know that Death Note made a Among Us clone?
I did, because it's free on PlayStation Plus.
Oh, is it free on PS Plus? Okay, cool.
Yeah, it released and it's just free. And boy, can you tell, because the cosmetics cost about £5 a piece. Yes,
there is a Death Note Battle Pass. The way that it works is unnecessarily complicated.
As Death Note should be.
Oh, yeah. Like, on the villain side, there is Kira and the follower, and only Kira can kill, and the follower can help Kira pickpocket IDs and deliver them to Kira so he can kill people. And Kira can give the note to the follower to make it so that, he doesn't have it when he gets intercepted. And on the good guy side, only L can arrest people, but he nominates someone to do the arresting, and if he nominates the follower and the follower gets told to arrest Kira, then nothing happens.
Right. Yeah, this game looks very gross.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen screenshots, but they look fucked up.
Yeah, so the basic cosmetics, which they're pushing pushing you to buy cosmetics to override are based on Nia's pawns from the end of Death Note.
Sure, that makes sense, but I don't like it.
Yeah, he had these really awful looking freaking like, well, they were like pawn toys, like with a W, and they just looked awful even in the show, but like that's kind of the point. So yeah, he uses those to like plan out where someone's going to be in this toy version of a city.
Yeah, this game. Here's the thing: I've not played this game yet. I've got it for free, so I'm going to give it a go. But I don't know how well it's going to work because I don't particularly want to use a headset to yell at strangers.
Oh yeah, it's got in-game voice chat. And your Kira gang can use the telephone to call each other, but I think that doesn't turn off voice chat in proximity, so you can be chatting with Kira as your Misa person, and then someone's around the corner just listening into you, just like saying, "Oh yeah, so I've got this guy's ID. I'm going to come to you."
Yeah, because these games are 5 versus 5.
I think it's 8 versus 2.
8 versus 2. Oh, okay. I might have misread then. To be fair, I read the fact it said 10 players, so I assumed that meant 5 versus 5. But 2 versus 8 makes a lot more sense the way you described it.
Yeah. Because otherwise it'd be incredibly quick.
Fair point.
But all that Kira has to do is kill L to win.
And all L has to do is get the Death Note.
Yeah, and there's like a 1 in 8 chance of just the first kill that you get just winning the game.
Yeah, but I assume L has a power that makes it a bit difficult to grab his ID.
Maybe, I assume. But yes, that's all I've seen out in the world. How have you been? What have you seen?
Well, we've talked about Veilguard, so we'll talk about the other thing. Rick, I saw Venom 3.
Ah, yes, it very definitely is the 3 of Venoms.
It's a movie. It's not the worst movie I've seen.
Oh no.
But
no.
Here's the thing: is when we came out of the cinema, my buddy said, "What was worse, that or Borderlands?" And it's like, that's not even a fair question because Borderlands was terrible.
Yeah. Venom was just not a good Venom movie. Borderlands was not a good movie.
Rick, none of the Venom movies have been good Venom movies.
No. Like, okay. Compare it to Venom 1 and 2, which fit in with the Venomverse. This one just kind of is.
Yeah, the annoying thing about this film is the plot wasn't a plot. It was an excuse to have X moment.
Yeah, it was like it felt more like a collection of episodes of a Netflix series.
Yeah, maybe. The more accurate depiction is, here's this cool comic book panel. Let's find an excuse to shoehorn it into this movie.
Yeah, it's just looking at Noel on his chair.
That only happened for like 2 seconds. I don't think you can blame Noel for this movie's problems.
Oh, no. Noel isn't the problem. The implementation of a doomsday villain that never gets used was kind of part of the problem.
Yeah. Oh, this movie wasted Stephen Graham, and I felt really awful. I love Stephen Graham. I think he's a not a perfect actor, but a top-tier excellent actor, and they used him for this.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think the best shot of the movie was when Eddie got separated from Venom, and we saw Venom basically taking over creature after creature. It was a very cool artistic shot. That's probably the best thing I can say about this movie, is a lot of the Venom transformations at least looked cool.
Yes, they did.
Everything was inconsistent. I don't like the fact that I can brush away and brush aside people disregarding comic book rules for their comic book movie.
Yes, because comic book rules are made up on the spot themselves.
Absolutely. What I can't stand is when a movie disregards the law and precedents that it has already set in its own universe.
Yeah. Like the symbiotes have to be like a minimum amount of compatible to actually, work properly.
Yeah, that's the big one from Venom 1, and they seem to have forgotten about that for this movie.
Yeah, because Venom spends a little bit of time with, what's her name, Mrs. Chen?
Not combined with her.
A little bit, like not in this one, but in like Venom 2 when he's having a breakup with Eddie.
Yeah, but in Venom 2 he jumps from body to body to body.
Yeah.
And in Venom 2, when he jumps from body to body to body, the person he leaves is immediately sick.
Oh yeah, they're not good.
It's very annoying. The big enemy in this movie is a bunch of made up crap made by Noel that is super awesome and can't be defeated, and cool. That's a really cool antagonist villain.
Yeah, until there's like 20 of them, then the job is ninjas.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like,
it's conservation of ninjutsu. Yeah,
they were just about to kill one, and it was like, cool, the movie's going to be over. And then Noel sends 20, and it's like, well, now what are they going to do? Oh, because they need to get rid of Venom because reasons.
Yeah. They want to eat Venom to get the Codex, which is made up, and
Rick, it's all made up.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know what I mean, though. Like, it's made up within made up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Daft.
Movie's not good.
Daft.
I do this thing where when I see a film with a buddy, I always look up at the end of the film, is there an after credit scene? And it's like, there's 2. And I went, great, cool. This credit scene after the end of all the proper credits better be good. No, it wasn't. Fuck you. Why would you even include this?
Yeah, garbage. Oh, well.
There's the other post-credit scene was Noel being angry and them saying Noel's going to come back and take over the universe. And I went, okay. Which prompted my buddy to say, again, as we were moving out the cinema, what the fuck's Noel gonna do? And it's like, and I said this jokingly, Noel's gonna be the new villain for the Sinister Six they're trying to force down everyone's throat. And I shit you not, 2 days later, same friend sends me a message saying, you called it, and Noel's gonna be the enemy of the Sinister Six movie, and I'm like, I was joking, that's a dumb idea.
Yeah. Both of these are correct.
Jesus Christ. No one cares about Noel.
No. Not even normal Marvel cares about Noel.
Oh, here's granted, Sony's not Marvel, and they never fucking will be.
No.
But the Marvel Cinematic Universe blew its load with Thanos, and Sony can't even pretend to make a Thanos.
No.
I fucking hate that everything has to be a cinematic universe now, Rick.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen that apparently Ryan Reynolds is threatening to buy Marvel?
I don't think he can afford it, but okay.
Be surprised.
Do you mean the comic division?
I don't know.
He can't outbid Disney.
Now here's the thing: Disney are kind of struggling, and
no, they fucking ain't.
Okay. Compared to what they want to be, and it's basically a thing of if Disney want to shed Marvel to stop spending money on it, then this could be their ticket out. Like, he's not going to buy it on his own because that's just the logistics of it. But he does have a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm not saying he doesn't have a lot of money. He doesn't have fuck you, I'm buying Marvel money.
Yeah,
I think whoever Ryan Reynolds is known for not being a troll per se, but being a troll. You know what I mean? I don't doubt Ryan Reynolds said this. I don't think Ryan Reynolds actually expects it to be a thing.
Yeah, totally.
And I think if anyone genuinely thinks that Ryan Reynolds is going to save Marvel by buying it from Disney, is living in a fantasy world.
Yeah, because the weird thing is, Ryan Reynolds is not an awful person, but the people that are championing this are all the awful people that are like, Disney's gone too woke.
Oh yeah, because they didn't have enough wokeness in Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Yeah. Like the openly bisexual main character.
Anyway. Venom 3 is bad. Sony is bad. Sony can't make superhero movies, and they never should have tried.
Yeah.
Ready for some news?
Yeah, let's go.
Rick, N7 Day happened, as you noted. This was in the article you shared with me, so I'm surprised you didn't bring it up.
The announcement of the Netflix, or was it Netflix or is it Amazon? But yeah, the Mass Effect show.
Yeah, the Mass Effect show. Amazon is officially working on it. I've actually got the Variety article. It brings up a bunch of people who have already been tapped for the project. So we got Daniel Casey, Kareem Zreik, and Ari Arad. 2 of those names are just executive producers, so fuck them. Daniel Casey is set to write as well as executive produce.
Okay.
This is worrying.
Okay.
This is the guy that wrote F9 for the Fast and Furious.
Okay. I've not watched any Fasts or any Furiouses.
I've watched Fast and Furious 9 because my buddies wanted to see it. It was not a good movie.
Was it shit? Okay.
I don't know how much of that was... the writing was not good, but also the direction was not good. Half of the actors were not good.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, I think you'll be pleased to know that one of those executive producers I mentioned was an executive producer on Borderlands, so you know.
Oh, fantastic. Amazing. A+. Nice arm. Great save.
But again, executive producers, they're not really decision makers. Well, that's just it, isn't it? They don't write, they don't direct, but they do have some sway on the direction.
Yeah, they are literally just there to be a finger in a pie.
Yeah, I mean, my favourite joke about executive producers is still Futurama.
Yeah. What, are you an executive or a producer? Neither.
No, it's better than that. It's when they promote Fry when he comes back to executive deliveryman, and it just cuts to Hermes going, "Don't worry, it's a meaningless title. We just put it there to make people feel good, and then it cuts to the executive producers of Futurama's names on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, that's when they come off. Yeah.
It's great. But in other news, Van Ripper is releasing a new game.
Oh, sweet.
So Van Ripper is the Helltaker guy, so of course I'm following news regarding him. He technically announced this on Halloween, but it got reposted during this week, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's real then. So that's cool. The logo for it looks very Helltakery, except it's using wenches and machinery. It almost looks like an orc from Warhammer 40k drew it.
Sweet.
So we don't know a lot about this game. We know... I'll just read you the blurb. Welcome to the Tunnel Maintenance Crew. If the generators fall, it's your job to fix them. Fail. It's your job to fix them. Check what's wrong, craft all the needed parts, and deliver them. It's simple. Just stay clear of anything that randomly cracks bolts of electricity, spews fire, throws sharp pieces of scrap at high velocity, or radiates with ominous green light. Features. Enjoy claustrophobic penal labour. Break and panic under constant time pressure. Dodge deadly projectiles and safety violations. And you may even kiss a ghost? Sounds very Van Rippery. There's a very brief trailer, about half a minute long. But even disregarding that, in the tags it straight up says bullet hell, so that's the type of game we're looking for here.
Yeah, fair enough.
So imagine those boss fights from Helltaker, and just, it's an entire game based on that.
Yep.
In film news, Yamazaki, the -1 Godzilla director, is officially going to be directing the next Godzilla movie.
Oh, sweet.
This is good news.
Yeah, because by all accounts, that was a good movie.
It was a fucking excellent movie. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some scenes really shine, and some scenes are a bit and there's even plot elements that weren't the best, but it screamed Godzilla, so it was great. I loved it. It was an awesome movie. Can't wait for more. This is the same director who said he really, really, really wants to bring back Hedorah.
Sweet.
The poo monster. No, it's worse than poo.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But yeah, I'm eager to see what happens, because, that Godzilla in Godzilla -1 is dead, but also the post-credit scene showed that he's not dead, so is it going to be a continuation? Is it going to be a new thing? We don't know.
Yeah, fair enough.
Last but not least, Rick, are you familiar with the TV channel Gold and Dave and all that shit?
Yeah. I have a kitchen, and that is where food gets eaten, and therefore Dave goes on.
For me, it's usually Gold, because it's got all the old sitcoms on, but I know most people prefer Dave. Okay, if you're not British, by the way, we do have a TV station called Dave.
We do. It's basically just BBC reruns, and I think BBC is a 50% stakeholder in it.
How can they be a stakeholder in it? That shouldn't be allowed.
Beyond being paid the license fee, they can do what they want. As long as the channel doesn't say BBC on it, they can put adverts on.
If that's true, that's fucking criminal.
Yep.
Like, actually criminal.
Yep.
Anyway, they've recently had a rebranding.
Oh, okay.
The channels are now called You and. So now it's called You and Gold, You and Dave, You and Really. And by You, I mean the letter U. And I'm like, I saw this was happening, and I was like, that's a weird decision. And I'm like, oh, these fuckers are trying to cheat the system.
Oh, are they doing that to rename it as a new company, which is...
not that system.
Okay, different system. Okay.
They're trying to make it easier for people to find things by the fact that they all come under the letter U.
Okay. So yeah, they're all under the UK TV
they haven't had
branding.
But they haven't been called UK TV for, ages, for like 10 years.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, UK TV was what they used to be called. It's what Gold used to be called before it just they took the UK TV part off of it, and their streaming app was UK TV Play.
I guess it'll be called Uplay, so they can have a fight with Ubisoft.
Tee-hee. Let's see who wins that.
Oh, almost. Here's the thing. I don't know if you can copyright a letter.
No.
That'd be an interesting legal case, just because I don't like either company. So
yeah. Well, I think Apple have done their best to defend the letter I.
Yeah, but fuck them.
Yeah.
Anyway, that does it for the news. I won't say it was a short one, but it could have been longer if I bothered. It was very hard to find news stories this week, funny enough.
Yeah, because everything got, blown out by other things that happened, and we're not going to touch that because everybody knows.
Yeah. It's only infected my life for a week. Anyway, Rick, we already said it earlier, but just for those who weren't listening, what are we doing today?
We're doing The Fairly Odd Parents, A New Wish. The episode is titled Fly. If you'd like to join along with us at home, it's 3, 2, 1, and go.
Yeah, it's season 1, episode 1, so the very first episode of this Fairly Odd Parents reboot. Oh, is it reboot? Reboot and/or continuation? We're not sure.
Yeah, it's a combination of both, I guess. It's like a soft reboot, I guess.
Yeah. I appreciate them trying a different style with the music, but it's a bit slow, isn't it?
It is for this, yeah.
This bit's fine. And apparently she doesn't have a bully babysitter because they're not in the opening.
Yeah, apparently that character does show up as just like an adult now.
Who?
The bully babysitter.
Oh, Vicky, you mean?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Are these going to be her only friends?
Oh, she just moved to a new city, so yeah, probably.
She fits the art style very well.
Dude, she's just Timmy with different hair.
Yeah.
Like, it's even got the tooth gap.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I shouldn't say it when describing a person. My apologies.
She's got the Frisk jumper.
I'll have to wait for it to come back on screen.
It's blue with purple stripes.
Ah, okay. Is it just me, or does she look like she should have some freckles?
I get you. I
see, this is why Genie has to lay down the law when he gives Al the wishes.
Yeah, because even a kid immediately comes up with unlimited wishes.
The Cyclops stone is really unsettling.
Well, it's the big lips.
They're a child. They're gonna run everywhere.
Yeah. It's how you get there quicker. Is you run.
This is a bit Uncanny Valley, isn't it?
It is a bit.
Cosmo looks like he needs to have one of those shitty hippie goatees.
He does a bit. Man, he looks like in this style he looks a bit like the hippie version of Dr. Robotnik from the Sonic Prime show.
I'll take your word for it.
Like with the green hair and everything, yeah. Oh well.
That's cute.
Oh.
I was wondering what the fuck was up with that.
Yeah. Because they're vampires. Yeah, and now they've been invited in, they can come in, it's fine. Oh, and the picture on there is like the old art style before they made 3D CG.
Well, to be fair, so was the portrait of Wanda and Cosmo they gave.
True.
Why'd you have multiple copies of your own book?
Because that's the only way that they sell.
Oh, that's grim. Ugh. Don't you just love it when it's like, if I just say this, that means I'm doing it?
Yeah, I see you and value you, yeah. Yeah, this guy looks like if he wasn't voiced by the guy that he's voiced by, he would be voiced by Richard Ayoade.
So he looks like Richard Ayoade?
Yeah.
Right, you could have skipped a lot of that sentence.
Oh, I like this little trick.
What trick is that?
Well, not so much trick, but like the it's basically the new version of is it Crocker? Is it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, Crocker was the crazy crazy. Well, he wasn't crazy though, was he? That's kind of the joke.
Yeah, the joke is that he acts crazy while being entirely correct.
Yeah, the conspiracy theorist that's right.
Yeah. And apparently he used to be he used to have those two as his fairy godparents because he had a shitty life.
Yeah, that is the plot.
But he forgot because he's no longer a child.
Yep. I don't think... It's one of those weird ones, isn't it? There was always those kids who looked forward to school. And then there was everybody else.
Yeah.
You can't...
Oh, man, she's just a grown-up version of Dee Dee. Not Dee Dee. Yeah, Dee Dee.
You can't trademark fucking shit like that.
Yeah.
What
a
the
parenting
fuck?
graph.
What the fuck just happened there?
I know who this person is. Oh, the guy in the background is it's Dev Dimmadome.
I don't know what that means.
He's the grandson of Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Okay. Apparently you watched way more Fairly Odd Parents than I did back in the day.
I watched none of it, but I know about that because it's a meme.
Okay. That guy looks like the Spanish guy from Carol and the End of the World.
He does! Luis!
Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah, I love when he's on the phone to his mum and he goes, "Yes, mama, I am still gay."
It's better than that, though, because he goes, "Sí," doesn't he?
Yeah, but he's speaking Spanish the entire time.
Hey, man.
Yeah, this guy.
I'm pretty sure she'll fuck you up in a fight, bro.
Yep. Yeah, he's speaking Spanish the entire time. "Sí, mama, that's gay."
That food looks disgusting.
It does.
Oh, I remember him.
Yeah, Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
No, not him. The granddad with the really big hat.
Yeah, Doug Dimmadome.
So if that was the granddad, then this must be set, like, at least 20 years in the future.
Well, the granddad was already an old guy.
Yeah, but his kid was a kid.
Sure.
And then this kid's got to be at least, like, what, 6?
Yeah, I think they're 10.
Right, okay, so 20 years tracks.
Man, the soccer girl looks like a thumb.
Okay. You say that about a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's Jimmy Neutron.
It is. Oh, it's a your boy version of LaCroix.
I don't know who LaCroix is.
Oh, LaCroix is it's basically flavored water, but flavored in the way of it's had something described to it by someone who's never tried it. So, like, the strawberry flavored one has a hint of something that has once encountered a strawberry.
I don't really know what that means, so I'll just smile and nod.
Yeah, fair enough.
Don't you know the Tooth Fairy?
Man, yeah, that is how it goes.
Man, they must be fairly well off that they can't just fucking fly their kid to them the next day.
Yeah. Aww.
Oh, he's smashing in college.
Totally.
I saw a meme the other day that legitimately made me chuckle, and it was what people expect teenagers in Britain to be doing, and it was like a rave with a bunch of sexy girls doing that thing where they grind up against blokes, and then the next one was reality, and it was the in-betweener crowd looking really sad while holding ice creams on a really shitty roller coaster.
Yeah.
Legitimately got me to chortle.
I love, like, but in a good way was one of the lyrics of a song.
I feel good for these VAs that they've basically got jobs for life.
Yeah, as long as they want to keep rebooting this, they're good to go.
If it makes fucking money, they're going to keep making it.
Unfortunately, it's Nickelodeon, therefore it's not going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, except they've got a Netflix deal, so...
Yeah, sure, fair enough.
That's a great gag.
Yeah.
Those of you not watching along, and I don't know why you wouldn't be, they just showed every single time Cosmo's been in space after saying he wishes he could go to space.
Yeah. It's like 5 of them.
This is such a kid's reaction to a problem, though.
Yeah, run away.
Well, and again, like, it's such a minor problem. Like, but you, being a kid, it's not.
Yeah. I think everyone has tried to run away from home at some point and gotten to the end of their road and then just given up.
I've never tried to run away from home, because even as a kid, it sounded like a dumb idea.
Yeah. Because even then, like, you only try it because you see it in on TV.
Well, I'm going to assume that, like, again, like, it never really occurred to me. There's also that thing in the back of your head that if you run away from home and then try to go back, you're going to get a beating.
Yeah. I didn't even have anything with me. That's how poorly thought out it was.
Yeah, because you're 6.
Yes.
Like, here's the thing is, like, if I ever thought about it, and I don't think I did, my first stumbling block would be where would I go? And the answer is, I don't know, in which case, this isn't really a plan then, is it?
Yeah, it's like you go to grandma's.
But not really an option when your grandma lives in Wales, Rick.
No.
So the joke here is that this person looks like Timmy. And I did notice during my description that there are loads of characters that show up that look like adult Timmy, but none of them are. It's just a joke.
Okay, so that's the recurring gag that none of them are actually adult Timmy.
Yeah. They're making this seem like some awful werewolf transformation, and I guess it is, because Wanda is a lot less fuckable now.
Yeah. She's now going to be a fly from the titular episode Fly.
Yeah, at least I didn't call it The Fly. Would you fuck Wanda?
Yeah.
Like my... oh, jeez, that just jogged a memory. There was a fucking... There was a hentai comic, and it wasn't very sexy, but it was very funny. Of Timmy.
Those are the best ones.
As like a teenager, but like an older teenager. Like, he'd been drawn to look like an adult. And he was like, "That's my wish, Wanda." And he was making a really creepy face, and Wanda's like, are you sure, Timmy? It's like, I wished it, didn't I? And then blowjob. But, you know, it's super fucked up, but it was so fucking funny.
Yep. Oh, man. But yeah, would you?
Well, fuck Wanda.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Boy, it's a weird time to watch that, isn't it?
It is a bit. Yeah. It's okay. That's not going to happen until, like, probably January the 6th. If we know. If we go by precedent.
I'm just saying it's the last time America had a president that was worth a damn.
Yeah, yeah.
And even then, he wasn't perfect.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, gotta love those fucking royalty-free biting sound effects.
I remember he rubbed me up the wrong way because... oh, no! Yeah. Oh. Just the stroller, not the baby.
I remember when I was fairly young, well, I say fairly young, like, when we used to go for outings, my mum would take a pushchair with her to places just to carry things.
Yeah, fair enough.
If I saw a fly doing that, I'd kill it.
I'ma kill it.
I love how Wanda is finally showing signs of getting sick of Cosmo's bullshit.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, you were saying something about Obama rubbing you the wrong way?
Yeah, it was because he decided that when he was visiting the UK, before he was even the actual presidential candidate, that he wanted to be treated like president already.
Okay.
So he wasn't even the candidate at that point, because they'd not chosen between him and Hillary.
Okay.
So, yeah, he was too big for his britches. And then he got chosen, and then he got chosen again.
It's not the worst thing someone's done, Rick, and I think you know that.
Yeah.
No,
but he made a bad first impression.
I mean, the thing that rubbed me the wrong way wasn't even Obama's fault. It was the fact that he got given a Nobel Peace Prize before he did anything.
Yeah.
He got elected and then he won the Nobel Peace Prize, and it was like, what for? What has he done? And the answer is fuck all. And by the way, he's committed more troops to the Middle East. I'm like, oh yeah, cool, good peace bringing there.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it kicked the Taliban down the road. That's all it did.
Yeah, and then they came back.
In a completely foreseeable turn of events.
Literally every member of the military said it was going to happen, and then it did.
Yeah. Like, it did immediately.
Yeah, come on, you'd fuck that.
What? Yeah, oh, yes. You gotta love a flexible lady in men's trousers. Not even men's trousers, just in trousers.
The thing that's bothering me most here is, like, Hazel, surely she should realise by now that if she stays still, she will get, turned back to normal. This is probably the most realistic fucking depiction of a Venus flytrap ever.
Yeah, in that it does fuck all until it touches one of the hairs on it.
And even then, it doesn't slam anywhere near as quick shut as most things show it showing.
Oh, it even shows it shows the hairs and
How
everything.
has it caught that many flies so far?
Hello. A tick.
No hables inglés.
Because it's the tick from Mucha Lucha. Oh, no, it's not.
Ant. Oh, he's from Brooklyn, he is.
He is. Or she.
Who can tell with a Brooklyn fucking voice? They all sound the same.
Yeah, especially when they're high up, definitely, yeah.
Is it racist to say that about Brooklyners?
I guess technically it would be slightly classist.
I'm fucking basically Cockney. I can't be classist. Take the piss out of my bumblefuck accent. It's fine.
It's okay. I only notice it when you say sank.
I don't say that, so I know you're lying.
When you're really annoyed, it pops out.
Yeah, of that I have no doubt, but... I'm just remembering the episode of The Simpsons where Homer gets eaten by that plant, and everyone's like, Homer, no, or Dad, no, and then he just walks out and he goes, Homer, how did you do that? And Homer's just like, it's a plant.
Yeah. He's punched his way out, yeah.
Would the more important question be like, why would you give us a Venus flytrap if you like flies so much?
Yeah. Well, I guess it's so that he doesn't have to see the fly death.
I guess. How's the ant doing? It's just a black dot.
Yeah, the ant is...
Oh, no! No! You've got to deal with that problem!
Oh, yes, they need to be eradicated.
The amount of horror stories I've heard of people hoovering up ants and then being like, oh, now there's an ant colony in my hoover. And it's like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah, that's when you hope you have a hoover bag so you can just chuck it away.
Like,
and not one of these
actually crawling
things.
Thinking about it.
Yes. No, it's a poster. Man. Oh, for 20 years.
That is a great joke. But also, like, yeah, come on. When you think about it, that's kind of fucked up, right?
It is a bit, yeah. Especially when they chose it as well, didn't they?
I guess the implication is that they didn't.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's going to be more responsible with her wishes than Tim Tim.
I think so, because she's already shown that she, like, pays attention in school slightly, and is probably smarter than Timmy.
Yeah, Timmy was pretty dumb. I think it was established in one of the later seasons that Timmy was using wishes to constantly turn himself back to 10, so he was actually like 30.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes the Trixie thing really weird.
Yep. There's your screenshot.
Yeah, that is probably good. I like this 2D art they got for the ending credits.
It is cute.
But yeah. That was an easy watch, let's be honest.
It was. Like, I'm not going to be mad at basically having this on in the background for things. You know, like you put the Cartoon Network on now and again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for stuff like that. That's the kind of thing that it would work for. And it's Channel Frederator as well.
Yeah, they do a lot of stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
Also, it's coming on Netflix literally next week. So, on a Thursday, which is a weird day to drop anything.
Yeah.
So, you can just have all 20 episodes just running on the background with no adverts or anything.
Fantastic.
Assuming Netflix hasn't done that thing yet, where they keep threatening to do it. I don't know if they've done it.
Oh, where the cheapest version becomes the advert version.
Yeah, but you still got to pay for it?
Yeah, you got to pay something, just less. Meanwhile, Disney Plus is going up by 10 quid a year if you want the ad-free version.
Yeah, I've also seen that, and I'm probably going to stop my subscription from Disney Plus, because when was the last time we used it for the channel?
Yeah, I guess so.
If they do a show that I'm interested in, I might resub for a month when the show is out. But, like, I don't know what show that will be for. Like, their Marvel shows have not interested me. The last Star Wars thing they churned out was crap.
Meanwhile, I buy it. I get it in December, and it's basically my present to the family is a third of a Disney Plus subscription each.
Yeah, that's fair. It's also more likely to be cheaper in December.
It's not. I buy the year.
No, but I mean, it's the month where there is most likely to be a deal on.
I don't think they ever do one, but yeah. But yes, that's the end of today's episode.
Yeah, that was Fairly Odd Parents: A New Wish. As I said, it was quite an easy watch, but let's get into a bit more detail than that. Rick, what did you actually think of the episode?
I think it was pretty good. It was a nice way of introducing a new protagonist, and also, like, I got used to the new art style incredibly quickly.
Yeah, I think this art style looks bad in screenshots, but when you're actually watching the show, it looks fine.
Oh, yeah, it's one of those that in animation it flows way easier. It's really good. I like it. How about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it was a good episode. I think it was a safe episode.
Yes.
They didn't do anything too outlandish. I mean, turning the kid into a fly, it's like, not to bring out the old saying, but it's been done.
Simpsons did it.
The Fly did it, but okay.
Yeah. But yeah, The Simpsons did it with the episode where Bart headed Fly and Fly headed Bart.
Yeah, but like, not even a bunch of things have used this as a premise. Not always a fly, admittedly, but you know, it's a very common trope.
Yeah, like the movie The Fly, the Baxter Stockman episode.
I think there was a fucking, not Grim Adventures, what was that? The Tales of the Unexpected that had something more or less that was this.
Yeah. But yeah, like you say, it was a very safe introduction to, or reintroduction for most of us.
Yeah, like you got the parents have been established as, yeah, they've got good careers, good paying careers, and can generally afford a decent life, but other than that, they're rather inattentive and uncaring.
Yeah, like, as human beings, their hearts are in mostly the right place, but they're just, like, not good. So Dad is more focused on his conspiracy theories, and Mum is more focused on being an author. And between the two of them, they have no time for the very definitely unfavourite, because the very definitely favourite is the brother who can't come.
But here's the thing, though, is that with the mother, there's another problem, and that is, I really hate seeing this. Like, you see it more in real life. It doesn't tend to get touched upon in shows and stuff, where they're like, I see you and I understand, but they're just saying that.
Yes.
It's fucking really bothersome.
Like, the B-side of that is when someone says, I've been told I need to apologise, which is not, I am sorry. It's just, I have been told I need to apologise.
Yeah, but there's worse examples of that. Is like, I think the worst example of an apology is, I'm sorry you feel that way. Yeah,
I'm sorry you feel that way. Or when you title something an apology video and then do nothing that's an apology.
Oh, I don't watch apology videos. They're all wank.
Oh, no. They're just there because people want to feel like they posted one.
Although, if you want to talk about apology videos, there's a certain charity, whose name I can't remember, who really needs to make a really big public statement apologising to a certain wrestler, because a certain wrestler was accused of stealing money from a charity, which he did do, but he didn't steal it in the sense that he stole it. He took it thinking it was money for him, money he was owed, and he has paid it back in full. So the charity needs to stop saying he stole money from them.
Yeah.
You know who you are. Anyway. It was a good episode, as I said. Great establishing, very not simple, but, safe plot. I have to imagine that they get more adventurous as the series goes on.
Yes, I assume so.
On a personal front, I don't see myself watching any more, though.
I mean, immediately, no, but, I think I will do eventually at some point.
Maybe so. Seeing as it's going on Netflix and will be easy to watch, maybe. It's one of those. Anyway, let's get down to brass tacks, shall we? We've got the usual wind down proper to get into, so let's get into it with our favourite moments. Rick, what you thinking?
I'm thinking the nod back to all the time that Cosmo was in space. Any of the times when they called back to the old art style was a nice little smile moment for me. But that was the one that stood out the most of the 3 or 4 times they did it.
I totally get you, and it also establishes that they're not changing Cosmo from being a complete and utter fuckwit.
Oh yeah, he's definitely an idiot. He's an idiot. He's still an idiot. He will continue to be an idiot. How about you? Do you have a favourite moment?
Yeah, I think my favourite moment was, it was probably not Timmy as being a famous actor, but a really boring famous actor.
Yeah, doing the Crimson Chin reboot.
Yeah, which, I'm sure if that was actually Timmy, even if he was given a shit bumblefuck nothing role, he'd be like, yeah, but I'm in the Crimson Fist movie.
Yeah.
And it's also a good gag, and I think the gag is made better from the fact that, no, none of these are Timmy, we're just making jokes.
Yeah, true.
But we can't only talk about the good, let's talk about the bad. Rick, do you have a weakest link for me?
It's a real nitpick, really, but I found it difficult to focus on Hazel's voice delivery when she was under stress and in actiony scenes, like when she was flying along as a fly and it was like music on in the foreground and she was kind of like shouting, I found it difficult to follow along with what she was like doing and saying. So it might just be a like sound mixing problem, and it might just be a me problem.
It might also be the fact that, don't forget, we're talking over these.
Yeah, true.
Like, I'm only at most I'm like 60% paying attention to the episode.
Yeah, it's part half the time it's just there to be something to look at while we chat to each other.
Like, I think we might have been talking about Obama at the time.
It might be. But yeah, it's a bit of a nitpick. But yeah, how about you? Do you have a weakest link?
I don't think we're going to see them too often going forward, but I really didn't like the human designs of Cosmo and Wanda. They looked off, but I also feel like they kind of meant to.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, I'd still smang Wanda, but...
Smang? I've not heard that in a long time.
I'm bringing it back.
Smang.
But, that's because I'm a freak. But,
yes. Yes.
It just didn't look right. Cosmo had a bit of a pot belly, but it wasn't enough to be funny.
Yeah.
Again, if their human forms were like cardboard cutouts, it would have looked more normal and natural than this. And again, it might have been a purposeful stylistic choice, given the fact that they're not human.
Yeah.
I think that's going to have to be my weakest link.
Fair enough.
So let's get to the all-important question, for we do not like to end on a low note, we like to end on a high. Rick, who gets your MVP today?
It's going to be Hazel. She's as much as I ragged on the voice mixing during the actiony scenes, other than that, she was a very good lead. And I'm liking the direction that they're taking, in that she actually pays attention in class and actually has some background knowledge of the world. Even if she doesn't think about things, she can work things out for herself. And I think she's going to shape up to be a rather compelling and lovable main character.
Yeah, and I think it's also going to it indicates a change in style for the plot of the episodes, in that she is not fighting against a foe. Like. It seems like, for the most part, the antagonist of an episode will be her own wish.
Yes. At least early on. So it's basically just going to be her fighting against being hoisted by her own petard. Yeah,
it also might not be nearly as bad, because as we know, this first wish was 1, done by accident, 2, became warped from Cosmo being a fuckwit.
Oh, yes. And yeah, we've now that she knows that wishes make things happen, she can, word it better.
I wish for $1 billion. I don't think there's any rules against money.
Yeah, okay, you get $1 billion, it's in gold, and it comes down on your head and you die.
They're not genies.
Yeah. But yes, do you have an MVP today?
I think my MVP is going to have to be the animation team.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a cop-out, I know, but it looked really good, and I didn't expect it to look this good.
Yeah, and it feels good as well. Like the moment to moment, it just flows really well. Like, they use the micro 3D in a really fun way.
Yeah,
just to make it look fantastic.
It's almost hard to describe the art style, because it's 3D but almost exclusively on a 2D plane.
Oh yeah, it's a 2D world made in a 3D system.
Yeah, and again, it looks very odd when you're looking at just screenshots, but works incredibly well when you see movements.
Yeah.
Like, even the pixie dust from whenever Wanda and Cosmo are doing bullshit looks good, looks fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait to see what comes from this. I'll be eager to see if they actually get a season 2 from this, because it's been half a year and I don't believe we've heard anything regarding that.
No.
Might depend how well it does on Netflix.
Yeah, maybe so. Now that it's, visible to more than 7 people.
Yeah, true enough. And yeah, the less said about Butch Hartman, the better.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you made it this far, you are, of course, our favourite people. We've got the comment section down below on YouTube and on Spotify now, because they have comments for some reason. And so let us know what you thought of the first episode of the reboot / continuation of Fairly Odd Parents, or rather, whether or not you think it's worth a watch. Do you think we're wrong? Do you think it's not worth a watch? Do you think the animation is actually turd? We're eager to hear your thoughts, even if they're wrong. Alternatively, you can send us an email at
nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com. gmail.com.
That is mostly for the folk who aren't on one of the platforms with comments, but you can send us an email regardless, and if you send something particularly funny or witty or informative, we'll read it out on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And with that out of the way, thanks for watching. Join us next week for something completely different.
Bye, everybody.